Hey, this is Tom Jacobs from tdjacobs.com. I'm an evolutionary astrologer, also a channel, an energy worker, and a psychic medium. And what I don't do all the time on social media, including YouTube, are forecast videos where I don't talk about, oh, well, today the moon's doing this and Pluto's doing this, Mercury's here, whatever. I typically don't do that because I save that for subscribers to my monthly subscription service. So I go into a great deal of depth regarding the astrology of the month in that context. And so anyway, what you're going to see in this video is a 6-minute excerpt from video 3 of the astrology of the month, and it's the last part of the Venus story, the last couple minutes, and then about 4 minutes of the Mars story for the month. And I explain some aspect patterns. If you want to get the full story every month, you can subscribe monthly or yearly via tdjacobs.com to the subscription service. You can even do a 1-month tryout without committing to a recurring thing or buying a year at a time. So anyway, check that out. I hope you enjoy this. And be in touch if I can be of service in any way along your journey. You know what you value and how you use your time, energy, money. I want you to realize money and possessions are just resources. Okay, so yeah. So then during this thing, oh, to give you the two conjunctions, Venus will conjunct Saturn in Capricorn on the 17th of February, and then conjunct Pluto on the 22nd. And then it will square Eris, Uranus, and Aries during this time as well. So this whole thing about I need to be honest with people about who I am and how I want to use my time and energy, but I also need to manage this thing about how my insecurities about individuation might be triggered in relationship, and the other way around too. The more honest I am, somebody else may feel triggered. Like if I suddenly got, like let's say that Jillian, and she is, this is actually a real example, but I'm not going to give details. Let's say that she suddenly becomes serious about a new goal, or something pops up and she's studying something which we're both really happy about, and she's let's say she becomes very serious about it, and she says, I'm going to, you know, devote this so much time every day or every other day or whatever. Well, that's her getting serious about her individuation, her Uranus in Aries. She's inspired. And let's say that I then somehow feel weird about that because, wait a minute, I'm not devoted to my thing. I'm not taking the time I need to take for my own thing, so then her commitment and passion may trigger my insecurity. That's how the Eris thing works. But in this context, Venus is square those things. Venus with the Pluto in Capricorn. So just be aware of these. You know, every time there seems to be a power dynamic within a relationship, it's reflecting an imbalance within yourself. So everything, money, possessions, other people, relationships, what's fair, justice, blah, 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 all the Venus things, where there may be issues from time to time, those are showing you how you are doing with your expectations of other people, how you conceive of what they're going to do or be for you, and vice versa, how you conceive of yourself being and doing for them. But then also, that's all about your value system too, and how you use your time, energy, money. Do you respect yourself? Do you like yourself given what you spend money on? Would be a way to think about this with Venus conjunct Pluto square the Eris Uranus. Okay, now moving on to the Mars, the third and final part of this video. Mars is now in Aries, right? Trine the Venus and Jupiter in Sagittarius, and I talked about, you know, the inspiration here, but Mars is also square Saturn in Capricorn exactly at the start of the solar month. And so there's also maybe some practical limitations or course corrections or criticism to the fire. So Venus, Jupiter are square Neptune. Mars is square Saturn. So there's tension and pressure for each, and yet the Venus, Jupiter, and Mars are trine each other. It's just a little like overlapping clique environment on the playground where these people obviously really get along with each other, and these people aren't sure if they can trust each other, and they're all talking. They're all trying to figure out the right thing to get done, and they have different rhythms. So just be aware that the Venus, Jupiter, trine Mars is trying to open things up, and the square of Saturn and Mars says, wait a minute, is that useful? And the square from Neptune to the Venus, Jupiter says, wait a minute, is it true? So just, it's kind of an interesting picture. Okay, now then Mars will square Pluto directly Friday, February 1st at 21 degrees Aries, Capricorn. And then it will begin conjunctions to Eris and Uranus and Aries, and that ranges from Sunday, January 27th, using an orb of 5 degrees on either side. Sunday, January 27th to Wednesday, February 20th. So three-ish weeks. This is going to be in place. So remember, Mars and Aries, I got to push, I got to move forward, I'm inspired, I don't want to think, I want to react. Knee-jerk reaction, reflex, instinct, fire. Doing things fast without thinking, right? Conjunct Uranus and Eris. So the potential here for people to tap into what's true for them, run with it, and then other people say, wait a minute, I'm not focused on my goals, or to feel fear, hesitation, and trepidation to do what you need to do for yourself because you feel there may be conflict from others who don't understand. Or if you, let's say you find something you want to devote your time to and study, and then your partner or your friends or family members say, but you always come over for Sunday dinner, what's wrong? Don't you love us anymore? I know that's a stupid cartoon, but that kind of idea of like, wait a minute, why are you, insecurities revealed in others when one person overcomes his or her insecurity to do what the gut instinct says I must do. So the guidance with Eris, Uranus, and Aries in general is let yourself learn to trust what is real for you and true for you, and trust your instincts and your passion, align yourself, get grounded, and feel into that gut instinct, that fire in the belly, which is Mars, and fire in the loins, which is Mars. And if others are insecure because you're inadvertently triggering them, okay. The secret to Eris, as I'll say all the time here, and I have for years, in my perspective is, you cannot help but catalyze others as they cannot help but catalyze you into growth. So the secret to Eris is we catalyze each other. We stir each other into realizing our insecurities, our vulnerabilities, our soft spots where we feel weak or small or worthless, whatever it is, not worth love, whatever. We trigger each other into that. And the truth is that we need that as individuals to learn to become the source of love for ourselves through generating the self-validation. So that is the end of video number 3. That's the end of the videos here. Be in touch with questions. I hope this has been helpful. Take care of yourself.